udah mereka tak nak udah cerita di mana? Bukan lagi kan? Itu yang tiga apa soalnya meo kerahin kerana, itu yang tiga mau kain kerana, nanti waktu ස්ටොප් බොන වාහනේ යනවා. ඒකනේ බයයි. ඒක
Good morning, everybody. So now they are going to start the continued procession from the community hall. So they will come to the basement since it's raining outside today. So if you wish to join, you can go to the main hall and follow them. Otherwise, you can remain here. Thank you. So we have some more seats in the front, so please come forward and make yourself comfortable. ඉස්සරහ ඉඳ තියෙනවා කුෂන් ස්ටේනා ඉඳ ගන්න පුළුවන්. Okay, good morning everybody. Subhu Dayasanak Veva, Teruvan Saranai Hemdenatum. So dear friends, with the permission of all the venerable Bhantes who are gathered here, we are starting our cutting ceremony. So yesterday, you all gathered here to participate in a very beautiful Parita chanting. The venerable Bhantes performed a very special blessing chanting, invoking blessings to all of you, to all our congregational members, starting the Katina ceremony of Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara 2025. So today we are starting this main Katina ceremony, Katina robe offering ceremony now. All the venerable Bhantes are here. And we welcome you all for this annual Katina ceremony. So this year, the key sponsors of the Katina ceremony, some of our friends, some of our families from Kalamasu, Upul and family, Viraj and family, Gami and family, Surangi and family, Nalin and family, and Vedasha and family. So they took the lead, they dedicated their time, energy, and so many resources towards this annual Katina ceremony. So as we had the Peri chanting last night, they took time to come several times, all the way from Kalamazoo to finish the special Pirit Mandapaya. It was very beautiful, designed by our Naling and friends. So it was a great ceremony with their lot of dedication. So thank you very much for everything. So we started this process, as you all know, in the month of July. According to our Theravada Buddhist tradition, all the higher ordained monks observe the Vassana retreat from the full moon day of July. So our key sponsors and our congregational members gathered here at Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara in July, just before the full moon day, to invite the venerable monks, the resident monks, to observe the Vassana retreat at Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara, along with our friends. So since then, for these 3 months' time, we had a very special series of meritorious and highly spiritual events and functions. So many of our devotees, Dhamma friends, took these opportunities to come and practice the Dhamma. Even though this ceremony is all about offering a special robe to the community of the Mahasangha, the heart of the meaning of the Katina, I think, remains during these 3 months' time. How we spend this 3 months' time, how we engage ourselves in the Dhamma practice, that is the most important thing. As you all know, during the Buddha's time even, many monks, learning meditation techniques from the Lord Buddha, they went to rural areas to observe the Vassana retreat. And after 3 months retreat, Dhamma practice, rigorous Dhamma practice, they came back to the Buddha and reported their attainments. So we can see this is the most important part. So this is a great moment for all of us, both the Venerable Bhantes and the lay people, our Dhamma friends, to reflect on how we spend the Vassana season. What kind of realizations, attainments a special knowledge about the Dhamma we gain. So this is therefore the culmination of these 3 months observances, retreat, to do some wise reflection. So that would be the heart of this Katina ceremony. So in appreciation of the Venerable Bhante's rigorous practice, dedicated practice, and their great service to the community, to the world, especially the congregational members, led by the key sponsors of the Katina ceremony this year, organized this special event of offering a Katina robe and other offerings to the community of Mahasangha. So with that, you accumulate lots of merits that will be a great blessing to all of you, your beautiful families, your friends and others. We can extend these blessings to all our family members here and back in Sri Lanka as well. So everything is prepared and ready to start our ceremony now. So therefore, it is the time to welcome all the Venerable Bhantes who are here and our friends. So for that, I kindly invite my brother Bhante Rahula to welcome you all.
වැඩමවදාළ ගෞරවනීය පින්වත් මහා සංඝරත්නයේ අවසරයි කාරුණික පින්වත්නි මේ වර්ෂය තුල විහාරස්ථානයේ සිදු කරන අසිරිමත් මහා පින්කම සඳහා වැඩමවදාළ ගෞරවනීය මහා සංඝරත්නය දායක පින්වත් ඔබ සියලු දෙනාම විහාරාධීශවර ගෞරවනීය නායක මාහිමිපාණන් වහන්සේ ප්‍රදාන පන්සලේ වැඩ සිටින ගෞරවනීය මහා සංඝරත්නය වෙනුවෙන් ඊ타මත්ම ගෞරවයෙන් ආදරයෙන් යුක්තව පිළිගැනීමටයි සෝදානම් වන්නේ. ඒ අනුව අප කෙරෙහි ඊ타මත්ම අනුකම්පාවෙන් යුක්තව මේ වැදගත් පින්කම වඩා සාර්ථක කර ගැනීම සඳහා ඒ රාත්‍රී කාලයේ සිට අපේ විහාරස්ථානයේට වැඩම කොට වදාළ කැනඩාවේ මිසසාගා විස්ටර්න් බෞද්ධ විහාරාධීශවර කැනඩාවේ ප්‍රධාන සංඝනායක දුරන්දර අතිගෞරවනීය කුළුගම්මුණ ධම්මාවාසාභිදාන ගෞරවනීය නායක මාහිමිපාණන් වහන්සේ එවැගේම මිසසාගා විස්ටර්න් බෞද්ධ විහාරවාසී මැදේගම අමිත ගෞරවනීය පඬිත හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේ විනීත ගෞරවනීය හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේ එවැගේම රාජකීය පඬිත මිස්සක කමලසිරි හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේ පිට්ස්බර්ග් බෞද්ධ විහාරාධීශවර ආචාර්ය සුරක්කුළුමේ ප්‍රේමරතන හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේ එවැගේම අපේ පිට්ස්බර්ග් විහාරයේ මේ දිනවල වැඩ සිටින රත්නපාල ගෞරවනීය හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේ එවැගේම විස පන්සලේ ගෞරවනීය නායක හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේ පින්නගොඩ රාහුල හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේ එවැගේම මේ පින්කම සාර්ථක කර ගැනීම සඳහා වැඩමවදාළ ඔටාවා හින්දා ජයවර්ධනාරාමාධිකාරී ගෞරවනීය නුගේගලයායි ජිනානන්ද හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේ එවැගේම පිට්ස්බර්ග් විහාරවාසී බලංගොඩ මෙත්තානන්ද හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේ කමලසිරි හාමුදුරුවෝ එවැගේම අපේ දෑරංගල කුසල හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේ ඊ රාත්‍රියේ ඉතාමත් ලස්සනට මේ පිරිත් දේශනාව සිදු කරන්නට යෙදුණු අපේ කල්යාණ මිත්‍ර සහෝදර අත්‍රයාලේ විජිත හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේ ඇතුළු වැඩමවදාළ ගෞරවනීය පින්වත් මහා සංඝරත්නය නායක හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේ ඇතුළු ගෞරවනීය මහා සංඝරත්නය සහ දායක පින්වත් ඔබ සියලු දෙනාම වෙනුවෙන් පාදාභිවන්දනයේ යුක්තව ඉතාමත්ම ගෞරවයෙන් මේ අවස්ථාවට පිළිගනු ලබනවා. ඔබ සියලු දෙනාම උන්වහන්සේලා පිළිගැනීමක් ලෙස ශබ්ද නගා සාදු නාදයක් පවත්වන්න. Venerable members of Mahasangha, dear friends in Dhamma, today So very special day for us because special annual Katina ceremony of our Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara. Actually today very beautiful day is today's raining. Now I am going to welcome on behalf our chief incumbent and resident monk, our all monks gather representing different direction. For venerable monks who are gathered here from various temples USA and Canada, and also we welcome all our Dhamma friends to our Katina ceremony, mainly key sponsors of this year our Katina ceremony. Thank you.
So thank you, Bhante. So we all, as the resident monks, we had a very beautiful Vassana retreat this year with the blessings of our most venerable Nayaka Hamdru. We four observed the Vassana retreat here, and we all performed all the religious and spiritual activities. So this presence of the venerable monks at the Katina ceremony is the most beautiful and blessed experience to all of you. To have this congregation of monks visiting the temple and our community itself brings us lots of blessings. And as monks, we get this opportunity also to visit different temples in Canada and USA to meet with our brother monks, our senior monks, teachers. And we share a lot of insight, joy, and spiritual happiness. Meeting with all these venerable Bhantes. So I want to mention that our most venerable Bhante Pulugamana Dhammavasanayaka Hamdru, the abbot of Western Buddhist Vihara, is a great blessing to us. So when we went to attend the Katina ceremony there, I was so surprised. I was so blessed. You know why? He dedicated his bed, his living room for me. Can you imagine that? How humble he is. And I wanted to give that bed back to him, and I was sleeping in the same room in an air mattress. So for my surprise in the morning, I was trying to figure out where I was, because I was almost on the floor. So there was some leakage, I think, in that mattress. Somehow I really enjoyed my sleep because I dedicated the bed back to our Nayaka Hamdru, and I gave him the return. When he came to our temple for the Katina ceremony, I gave where I slept for Bhante with great respect. So this is the humble, great qualities that we share. So the best example, our Mudita Nayaka Hamdru, I cannot believe how simple, how humble they are. You know, this is the living, practical Dhamma we experience and enjoy every day. So living in a temple is a unique experience. You may not have that understanding or experience. This is the real spirituality, Dhamma we are experiencing and learning from each other. So just to remind you some important, interesting experiences we share. In fact, Bhante Rahula sometimes, as we go through difficult times, challenging, we forget things, we have health issues, his constant request for us was to please hang on until Monday. We have to finish the Katina ceremony. So that really gave us the joy all the time to do all these activities. So now, after welcoming all the venerable Bhantes and our Dhamma friends, it is the time to observe 5 precepts. So now, I with great respect invite our Vinita Nayaka Hamdru to to administer 5%.
දෙවියනි හැම කෙනෙක්ම සාදුකාරයක් දීලා තුන් වරක් නමස්කාරය කියන පංචශීල සමාදන් වීම සඳහා Buddhang saranang gacchami Dhammang saranang gacchami Sanghang saranang gacchami Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami Panatipata viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Adinādāna viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Kāmesu micchācārā viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Musāvādā viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Suramēraya majjapamā daṭṭhānā viramani sikkhapadang samadhiyami Baik, satu kira.
Thank you very much, Dr. Hamdu. So during the Vasana season, as we perform all our religious spiritual activities, we need to acknowledge, especially our Richard Smith, sometimes in our absence, he taught the meditation class. He leads our meditation classes. So he's very prepared and he really enjoys doing that. So thank you very much, Richard. And also at the same time, our Steve and our Dharma friends also participating in our regular meditation classes, and especially Richard by himself taking care of the lawn here. Steve, so he, as a professor, he takes his time to come along and clean the yard and mowing the lawn. So we really appreciate. It's a great help to us, and it's a big saving too to the temple. So as we continue all these good services, it is our responsibility to maintain these facilities. Now we have these both facilities, the Fonseca Center and the monks' residence. So during this Vasana season, we had some achievements too. So we had to do the seal coating of the monks' residence parking lot. So we did that. And at the same time, there was some upgrades to one of the bathrooms in the monks' residence. Our Dr. Malita Hettiarachchi and Pradeep Hettiarachchi family, they took responsibility and giving funds to complete that project. We really appreciate that in memory of their Malita Nora's beloved mother who passed away, and also the beloved father of Pradeep Hettiarachchi. So with that appreciation, so now we have come to the Buddha Puja. අද මේ විශේෂ දවසේ අපි කටින ජීවන පූජෝත්සවය සිදු කරන මේ දවසේ දැන් අපි කවුරුත් බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ සූදානම් වෙන්නේ බුද්ධ පූජාව පූජා කරන්නට. ඒ සඳහාම අපි තාම ගෞරවයෙන් ආරාධනා කර සිටිනවා බුද්ධ පූජාව මෙහෙවන විදිහට අපේ ගෞරවනීය කාර්මික පඬිත පින්නකොඩ රාහුල හාමුදුරුවෝ. I with great respect invite the most venerable Rahul Hamdullo to lead us in the Buddha Puja.
සියලු දෙනාටම තෙරුවන් සරණයි. ගෞරවනීය නායක හාමුදුරන් වහන්සේ, සියලු මහා සංඝරත්නයන් අවසරයි. Dear Dhamma friends, before I start offering Buddha Puja, I would like to take a couple of minutes to explain you something very important. Actually, the month of October is a very special month in my life. In 11 days, it's going to be 25 years that I have been in the US and Canada, in North America. So I came here year 2000, October 30th. So I'm happy that I am here today to participate with this Katina ceremony. And also my gratitude to Venerable Nayaka Handulu and all of the monks of Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara. So today, you all are here in order to perform the special Katina ceremony. I'm not going to talk a long time. So now you have placed the Buddha Puja, all the items what you have prepared. Think in the great and noble qualities of the Lord Buddha. Let me first explain in Sinhala and then we'll continue. අපි ශ්‍රද්ධාවෙන් පිළියෙල කළා වූ මේ සියලු පූජාව අපගේ ශාස්ත්‍රයන් වහන්සේ වන සකල ක්ලේශයන් ප්‍රහීන කළ ලෝතුරා භාග්‍යවත් බුදුරජාණන් වහන්සේ තුල පැවති අනන්ත වූ අප්‍රමාණ වූ ලෝතුරා සම්මා සම්බුදු ගුණයන් උදෙසා පූජා කරමි. පූජා වේවා. උදාවන්නා වූ සියලු ආනිසංස ධර්මයන් දෙවියන්ටත් මියගිය ඥාතීන්ටත් ඔබ අපි සෑම දිනකටමත් සංසාර ගමන සූපත් තුන් ධර්මාවබෝධය පිණිසම හේතු වේවා කියලා ප්‍රාර්ථනෙන් අපි හැමදෙනාම ගාථා කියලා බුද්ධ පූජාව පූජා කරමු. Let's offer Buddha Puja, all the items what we have prepared. Think in the great and noble qualities of the Lord Buddha. In order to offer Buddha Puja, please recite Gatha all together. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa Swakato bhagavata dhammo samvitiko akaliko lehi passiko opanayiko paccatam veditappo vinyodhiti supadipanno bhagavato savaka sangho ujupatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho ஞாயபட்டிபன்னோ bhagavato savaka sangho Samicipatipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yatidam cattari purisa yugani atta purisa buddhara esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo dhakkineyo anjali karaniyo anuttaram punyakketam lokam sati vandami cetiyam sabbam sabbadane supatikkhitam saririka dhatu mahabodhim buddha rupam sakalam satam ganasarabhadittena dipena tamadam sina tilokadipam sambuddham pujara අච්චරං කමමේ ධම්ම සම්දිට්ඨික අකාලික කායේන වාචා චිත්තේන අමාදේන මයා ගතං අච්චරං කමමේ සංඝ සුපටිපන්න Now we all offer Buddha Puja, thinking the great and noble qualities of the Lord Buddha. We have accumulated wholesome deeds, wholesome thoughts. We can share all these wholesome thoughts with the deities and departed relatives. May all the deities and our departed relatives share their wholesome deeds and punya. May they enjoy their samsara journey and finally may they realize high blissful Nibbana. Say sadhu, sadhu. By the power of the noble triple gem, the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha, by the power of all noble activities, may you all live long with good health and happiness. May no sorrow come to you, may no harmlessness come to you. May you be well, happy and peaceful. May you be in good health and free from suffering. Siru denatama Theruvan Sarana.
Thank you very much, Bhante Rahula. So to conduct all these activities, including the Katina ceremony and all our temple activities, our board of directors of Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara plays a very special role, led by our Dhamma friend, long-term friend, Chandrapala Lienarachi, and all our board members. They are the team actually oversee all these activities, making sure that everything goes very well and smoothly. So we really appreciate their great service to the Buddha Sasana, to the temple, and to all of us. Especially, I want to mention our treasurer, Chilan Setuge. He's in the front desk. Those who sponsored the Pirikara, that's the person you want to talk to. Right after the lunch dana, you will get the opportunity to offer all the puja items, monetary donations, Pirikara and robes to offer to the Mahasangha. So please go to the front desk and meet Chilan to receive all your Pirikaras after having lunch to take to offer to the monks at the community hall. So now we have come to the most important part of this ceremony now. It is the time to dedicate the Katina robe and other special offering to the Mahasangha. So to lead that item, I, with great respect, invite my friend, my brother, Bhante Jinananda. He came all the way from Ottawa, Hilda Javardhana Rama, facing some difficult time to get here. So in other years he comfortably comes here, so somehow he had to face some difficulties, challenges to spending whole night on the rock. So we really appreciate your presence here, Bhante. It is so special to us. So please lead our community in offering the Katina robe and other offerings.
Venerable members of Mahasangha, dear friends in Dhamma, it's a great honor and privilege to be among very educated, highly revered monks today. As usual, the Katina ceremony of Great Lake Buddhist Vihara is a mutual Sangha gathering along with devotees, so that is a great pleasure to be in this wonderful ceremony. This is another highly meritorious event of Great Lake Buddhist Vihara, that everybody participated in, and it's still going on. As the president of Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara, Bhante Sankichcha mentioned, this is the most important part of the ceremony in the sense of offering. Before we move on to cutting rope offering by devotees, we have a special offering to be done. This is called Vasavasika Pirikara Puja. It means that the devotees representing the Dayaka Sabha offer some selected gift items to Venerable Bhantes who accepted the Vastana invitation on the full moon day of July to appreciate their service to you with meditation session, with Dhamma sermon, with counseling and other activities. So this should be done before the offering of cutting rope by you. So I think you are now going to do that with respect. After that, we'll talk about the importance of cutting it and how you want to make your mind prior to offering of a cutting rope. Pingatuni, then api Maha Sangharatne Gauruvaniya Mudita Nayak Hamdru, Sankichcha Hamdru, Dhamma Vihara Hamdru Saha Rahul Hamdru Adi, Maha Sangharatne Vita Vishesha Vasavasika Pirikara Puja Kirim Sidhu Karanawa, Me Sidhu Karanne ඒ නාලික හාමුදුරුවෝ ඇතුළු මහා සංඝරත්නය ඔබට මේ කාලය තුල විශේෂ කැපකිරීමකින් මේ දහම් මඟ කියා දෙන්නට කටයුතු කළා. ඒ අගය කිරීමක් හැටියට මේ විශේෂ පිරිකර පූජාව සිදු කරනවා. සියලු දෙනාම මේ කටයුතු වලට සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න. Sit down. Thank you very much for doing that wonderful offering to Mahasangha at the Vihara. We appreciate their service. Now we move on to cutting rope offering by the devotees. Traditionally, we hear from devotees that the purpose of the cutting rope offering, you don't need to say it now because we know that what exactly you think about this wonderful offering. The significance of cutting rope offering is highlighted at any cutting rope offering because it is one of the highest offerings in the Theravada Buddhist tradition. I remember the text where the history of cutting rope offering mentioned at the time of the Buddha, some incident happens. If you can recall the history of Buddhism, the Buddha and also the first group of monks started a rainy retreat right after the ministry of monks and nuns established. But this tradition did not start with the first year of the Buddha's ministry. It evolves with reasons, with happenings around. A group of 30 monks came to visit the Buddha right after the Vasana period to pay their respect to the Supreme Buddha. On the way to the monastery where the Buddha was, they had a thunder shower and they got wet with one drop, and the Buddha, out of compassion, recommended monks to accept additional drop from devotees. So that's how initially this special tradition started. There are other additions to it after that incident. So then this has been coming with so many colorful, spiritual, cultural things, and the devotees prepare this with so much devotion, with respect in mind. So when we come to the particular cutting drop this year, you started it on the full moon day of July. So Katina, the word Katina means the solid, strong offering. We all know that the drop that you prepare in the name of Katina is not that solid. It's like the other drops. But why do we see strong, solid and firm for this particular drop? In my understanding, the practice of Dhamma by monks and lay people do it with so much attention. The monks promise themselves to practice Dhamma with dignity, attention, care on the day of Asala full moon day, so that to the end of the Vasana period they have achieved certain experiences in the Dhamma. And the devotees make sure to participate in the Dhamma practice with moral principle and also other practices, so that their dedication is solid, their practice is strong. Certain realization could be achieved through their practices we all involved with the 3 months period. That's why this is going to be a solid, meritorious deed. And there are other things to be considered to say solid, katina. In a temple, the monk should observe Vasana retreat on the full moon day of Asala, with or without invitation by devotees, and they have to practice the Sila Vasana retreat without any breaking apart. If they have gone away from the place, they observe Vasana period more than 7 days without that intention of leaving, then the rule is going to be away from. Then the devotees also should be a part of it with for requisite, at least kavla, and that's how it should go during the 3 months period. So therefore, this offering could only be done once at a temple in the year. And even if you have a lot of money, a lot of support, and so many days to be conduct such ceremonies, you could not do that, because it could only be done once a year at a temple. This reason also have made to say this is a katina or katina robe offering or solid meritorious deed. And after accepting this robe from devotees, still is not called a katina robe. Of course, we use the word from the very beginning of the ceremony that katina robe offering and so on. But it's going to be a katina robe by that name once 2 offerings are being conducted with a particular Vinaya rules by the Mahasangha. So now you're offering a robe and Mahasangha will accept it, and it could not be offered to Mudita Nayak Hamru, Sankichcha Hamru or any other monks at the temple. You have to offer it to the whole community of monks who gathered here. And this is another speciality of the offering. And then Mahasangha decide the most suitable Bhantes of the Vihara and do the Vinaya Karma, and then only it's going to be a very complete cut-in robe. So after that, the Mahasangha has to be some particular Vinaya rules tonight to complete the particular offering. Even last night, I think headed by Mudita Nayak Hamru did some Vinaya Karma in order to prepare the Mahasangha in the Vihara to accept the cut-in robe. So there are so many other things to be considered. Because of these reasons, this is called a cut-in robe. I think you all here dedicated so many times and other resources to come to this far. Upul and his family, Viraj and his family, Gamini and his family, Surangi and her family, Nalin and his family, and Vyadarshana and his family, along with all the devotees of this temple to come to this part of the ceremony. Therefore, I can sense that you all physically prepared for this as well as mentally. I'm not going to speak about the results of cut-in offering because it is another sermon, I think, right after this offering and also dana. But anyway, consider that this is giving you so much confidence on the Dhamma. If you do not get that confidence on the Dhamma by doing this kind of offering, I think it's a waste of time. So believe that you have been supported by Mahasangha with the Dhamma, and this is a pinnacle of it, and I can be in the Dhamma with this offering so much so that my path to Nirvana is certain. That kind of idea should be in mind in offering a cut-in robe. Apart from these cut-in robe, there are other offerings as well. I will tell you about them later on. But right now, time is good enough for us to offer the cut-in robe. Gauravaniya Nayaka Hamduran Vahanse Sahita Viharavasi Mahasangharatne Avadhanusasana Paradi Uba me pinkam ආරම්භ කරන්න තියදුනේ මීට මාස 3කට පෙර. හිතේ ගොඩාක් ශ්‍රද්ධා සම්පන්න සිතුවිලි ඇති කරගෙන මේ පින්කම ආරම්භ කළේ තමන් මේ ශාසනය තුල නියම උරුමකාරයෙකු වන්නට, නියම උපාසිකාවක් උපාසකෙක් බවට පත් වෙන්නට මේ වගේ පින්කමක් කරන්න ඕනේ කියන දැඩි අදිෂ්ඨානය. කොච්චර වෙහෙස වුණත් ශරීරයට, කොච්චර වැඩ රාජකාරී තිබුණත් මේ මොහොතේ ලොකු සතුටක් හිත ඇතුලෙන් උද්දීපනය වෙනවා නේද? අපි වාසනාවන්ත වුණා මේ විහාරස්ථානයේ මේ වගේ උත්තරීතර මහා පින්කමක් සිදු කරන්නට කියලා. ඉතින් ඔබ අතේ තබාගෙන තව මොහොතකින් සියලු දෙනා අතින් අල්ලලා ස්පර්ශ කරමින් මේ පූජා කරන්නට සූදානම් වෙන මේ මහා කටින චීවර පූජාව ඇතුළත ඔබ දියුණු කරන ඒ පින් සිතුවිලි ඔබට සංසාර විමුක්තිය පිණිස හේතු වෙනවා. ඉතින් මේ බඳු සිතුවිලි ඇති කරගෙන මේ සකස් කරගත් චීවරය මේ සකස් කරගත් චීවරය මහා සංඝ රත්නයට පූජා කරනවා පූජා වේවා කියන අදහස ඇති කරගන්න. ඔබගේ ඒකායන බලාපොරොත්තුව ඔබ පමණක් මා පමණක් මේ පින්කම තුල පිනින් කුසලයෙන් පොහොසත් වෙන දේ පමණක් නෙමෙයි මගේ මියගේ ඥාතීන්ට පින් අනුමෝදන් කරන්නට මා සමග මේ පින්කමේ යෙදෙන මගේ කල්යාණ මිතුරු මිත්‍රයන්ට දරු දැරියන්ට සියලු දෙනාටම ආශිර්වාද කරන්නටයි මේ පින්කම සිද්ධ කරන්න කියන උතුම් පරාර්ථකාමී සිතුවිල්ලෙනුයි ඔබ මේ පින්කම සිද්ධ කරන්නේ. ඒ සියල්ල මේ සේම සිදු වේවා කියන අදහස ඇති කරගෙන දැන් චීවරය දිගහැරලා හැමෝම අල්ලගෙන හැම කෙනාම කැමති කෙනෙක් සම්බන්ධ වෙන්න. Anybody who wants to touch the rock, please come forward. And we are going to let you know that this is a great offering and everyone can participate in it. කැමති කෙනෙක් කියලා අල්ලගන්න සිවුර සියලු දෙනාම තෙවරක් නමස්කාරය කියන්න චීවරේ පූජා කිරීම සඳහා say namo tassa 3 times to offer the cutting rock to Maha Sangha. Imang katina jivarang punyataya nibbanataya sanghassa dema imang katina jivarang punyataya nibbanataya sanghassa dema imang katina jivarang punyataya nibbanataya sanghassa dema. Together with cutting rope offering, you can offer the Mahasangha Dana along with Atta Pirikara and also other Pirikara and also Kapruka. It is said in the text and the Vinaya that everything you bring today to temple is naturally, automatically offered to Mahasangha. But anyway, just to be clear, we say these gathas to offer the Sangha Dana to Mahasangha and also the Kaparuka. සියලු දෙනාම මා කීවාට පසු මේ වාක්‍ය ප්‍රකාශ කරලා පිරිකර සහිත දානේ මහා සංඝරත්නයට සාංගික වශයෙන් පූජා කරන්න සියලු දෙනාම සාදුකාරයක් පවත්වන්න. Imang bhikkang sabarikarang sata parikarang sanghassa dema imang bhikkang sabarikarang sata parikarang sanghassa dema imang bhikkang saparikarang sata parikarang sanghassa dema imang kapparukka danang sanghassa dema imang kapparukkang Sangassa dema imang kapparukkang Sangassa dema. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Wish you all blessings from the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Finally, we have come to the conclusion of offering, Katina robe offering, and the Sangadana and the Kaprugadana and anything you brought to temple. So wish you blessings for good health and peace of mind. May your relatives who passed away attain peace and happiness. And finally, may we all practice Dhamma to the highest and attain Nibbana in this very life. Thank you very much. Siru Dinatama Teruvan Samma.
Thank you very much, Bhante Jinananda. So now we have come to today's special Dhamma talk. For that, I, with great respect, invite my brother Bhante Darangala Kusalanyana to deliver the key Dhamma talk today.
Most Venerable Bhante Mudita Nayaka Hamduro, the Chief Prelate to Canada, and the Most Venerable Bhante Dhammavasa Nayaka Hamduro, the Chief Abbot of the Western Buddhist Temple and the Meditation Center, and Most Venerable Bhante Sankichcha, the Acting Abbot of the Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara, and the dear Dhamma friends. Much has been said already by the venerable monks, including Bhante Jinananda, giving a brief account about the Katina. And I like to highlight something he said about the solidity. Katina means solidity. The word Katina comes from the frame on which the robe is spread to make this Katina robe. And this frame is a very solid one. Although we don't get to see it nowadays, that word came from that kind of practice, where they place a piece of cloth and make a good robe. At the time of the Buddha, monks did not have this kind of practice. They were wandering monks. They went from one place to another, like the other monastics from the other traditions. However, our monks, the Buddhist monks, did not stop when the rain season came. This sparked some conversation in the community that only the Buddhist monks were wandering, the other ascetics and recluses would stay in one place without traveling. And when the matter was brought to the Buddha said, monks, when you travel during the rainy season, you step on these worms and you also step on the new sprouts. Let's not do that. Let's stop and stay in one place and we will let the people come and look after you. And monks began doing that. However, people complained again. People said, in other traditions, when people go to these monasteries, they would give a talk. But our monks didn't do that. They would stay in one place like deer and wild boars. Nigasukarawa. And when this matter was brought to the Buddha said, monks, when people come with requisites, please do give them an inspiring Dhamma talk. So that began as a practice since then and continued on until now. What you see as on the Katina day is just the tip of the iceberg. This started 3 months back with the invitation by the Kalamasu families for 4 esteemed venerables to stay here at the Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara and spend the rain season, although it does not necessarily rain in those 3 months here in Detroit. We could see some rain yesterday, which kind of symbolizes that the whole universe, the nature is with us as we celebrate this day. It does rain in Asia, in most part of Asia, during this season, and it's really difficult for us to travel during those times. There can be flash floods, there can be other issues. So monks feel safe to stay in one place and that they are well supported. So they dedicate their practice, they dedicate their time to practice. And they make solid personality change during this practice. That's what I like to highlight. Solid personality change. One thing that Bhante Sankichcha mentioned earlier is that experience of humility of the most venerable Bhante Dhammavasa sharing his bed when Bhante Sankichcha came to the Mississauga temple. I have a confession to make. Years back when I was a resident monk here at the Great Lakes Buddhist Vihara, I did not have enough time to prepare my room to Bhante Kassapa, who would usually come from the Mississauga temple for the Katina. So we prepared beds in the basement in the monk residence area, and he accepted it. Normally, he has been coming here for many years, he would be staying in that room. No monk said anything. Bhante Sankichcha did not say anything, no monks ever said anything. However, this incident stayed in my mind up until today. And last night, I slept in that basement, kind of reciprocating for the ill deed I did by not preparing the room. I was in the mess at the time, doing some immigration paperwork. You can see how stressful that can be. Bhante Mudita did not say anything, Bhante Sankichcha did not say anything. However, these small things is where we see something and we decide that no, this should not have happened. So we now have that memory in our heart and we act sooner so that this will not happen again. So what else can we learn from monks? Right? We are celebrating their practice, we are celebrating your practice. What can we learn from monks? This would be a good question to ask. Let me share this story. There was a monk who left everything he had. He was a wealthy person, he left everything and he entered the forest. People in the nearby village found him and invited him to stay and made a little thatched house for him. So this monk began his practice there, and no soon he found that one of his 2 robes had been eaten by mice. He reported this to the community, and the community said, okay, we have a solution. Solution is that we will introduce a cat to your monastery, to your small kuti. So this is where the story starts. Right before that, I must say that there was this monk who was actually nearing his last moment in his life, and he had one student. To that one student, he said, never let a cat be closer to your life. Never let a cat be closer to your life. And having said that, he passed away. The student monk had no idea what he said and what was the meaning behind what he said. He did the funeral service and everything, and he started thinking what might be the meaning of what he said. So he recalled that this monk had another senior monk who was his friend. He decided to approach that senior monk and ask, my teacher, when he passed away, he said, never let a cat be closer to my life. I came here to know the meaning behind this. And he laughed and said, here is what happened after he was given this cat. The cat needed some milk. So he went to the people and said, the cat needs some milk. And the people said, okay, we have a solution for this. We can introduce a cow to your monastery. Now he has a cat and a cow. No mice problem, but he has new problems. So this time, he was thinking, I have to cut grass to feed this cow now. And this matter was brought to the community. The community said, okay, we can introduce somebody else to do that job. There's this widowed lady who lives alone, and she will be happy to do that for you. And she came and stayed in the monastery. The monk consented to this. And now she was working hard, making grass and bringing them and feeding the cow and even cooking for the monk. This monk felt so much compassion toward her. I am here meditating and she's there working hard. I might as well go and help her. So he started spending more time with the lady, and no soon he realized that he felt infatuated toward her. He was falling in love. And then, you know what happened? They started living like husband and wife. He was not meditating no more. They had babies, and he reflected later on as he was working in the paddy field, what actually happened to me? I came here to spend the 3 months of rains, and now these people invited me to stay here and made this beautiful thatched house. And then my robes were eaten by mice, and I allowed those people to bring a cat to me, and I allowed the cow, I allowed the lady. That shows how I was lacking this one thing. What was he lacking? Mindfulness. He should have had enough mindfulness, full of his presence of the mind, to make a decision that no, whatever I have is enough, and I will dedicate my practice no matter what happens to my robes. However, to pass this message to his student, he said, never let a cat enter his life, knowing that his student might find out the meaning and act sooner in his life, not get trapped in such situations. So mindfulness. There is a story that I share with children of mindfulness. It's a story from monks again. There was this little novice monk who was very young. He always wanted to do something to his teacher, but his teacher would not assign him any duty. This one day, the teacher thought, now this novice monk is ready for something little to do. So the teacher asked him to bring the meditation bell from the meditation room. In that moment, the novice little monk got so excited. He slammed the door behind and he was running toward the meditation bell in the meditation room. And the teacher stopped him and said, my dear child, now come back. Close the door again. This time, with full of his presence, very gently he closed that door, and his teacher never had to remind him again on how to close a door. And he became a big teacher. He became known as Thich Nhat Hanh. This is a story from his childhood. Very famous story. And he was visiting Connecticut, a Trappist monastery where Thomas Merton, another famous teacher, lived at. There he shared this story with his friend Tom. And Thomas said, well, before even you tell me this story, I saw how much presence you give to such a simple activity like closing the door. And Thomas was so inspired. When Thich Nhat Hanh left to the Plum village, to France, where he normally lived, Thomas shared this story with his Catholic students. There was this one German lady in that group. She was so inspired by this example. She went to Plum village in France to see how Thich Nhat Hanh closed the door. She needed only that, not big teachings. In everyday activities we do, such as walking, talking, closing a door, we can send a message to the outside world. You can slam a door in your house and show that you are angry. The door did not do anything to deserve that. However, it is your state of mind that shows when you slam a door. It is your state of mind that shows when you yell at somebody. It is your state of mind that shows when you are a bad driver. In all these incidents, we see that mindfulness is so precious and important, which is about seeing how what your mind does in all these activities. You can, as a kid, when you come home, running through the door, you throw your bag in one place, your shoes in another place, you run to the bathroom, you will sprinkle water all over the place, and your mommy has to come and clean all that. Why? It's the presence of mind you are lacking. This is something the Buddha said in Satta Jatila Sutta, I believe, that mindfulness is needed in all places. Every place. In everything we do. Mindfulness is a must. So meditation that you do is one thing, but practicing mindfulness in day-to-day activities will bring you so far and will offer you true personality change that is very solid, like the katina that you offer today. And one last story. With mindfulness, you need something else. In this story, there are these 7 monks living in the forest, meditating in a cave. And among these 7 monks, there was this senior monk, his best friend, and a really old monk, really sick monk, and an enemy monk of the chief monk, and a useless monk who didn't contribute to the monastery, and a visiting monk. Some bandits were interested in seizing this cave, and they planned to kill all these monks, and they announced it to the monks. And the monks said, no, please don't do that. We will leave, we will vacate the cave, it's for you, you can take it. We won't tell anybody that you are living here. But the leader of the bandits wasn't happy with this deal. He said, we have to at least kill one of you monks. If any one of you goes to the township and report about us to the authorities, we will come kill all of you. So who do you think the chief monk picked to be killed? Any answers? Himself, Nisanka Mahatya says himself. Any other responses? Now there was the chief monk, his enemy monk, really old monk, the useless monk, and a visiting monk, really sick monk. What about them? The sick one? That's a good response too. Any other responses? Come on, you can say it. Sorry? The useless monk. Okay. He's useless, right? Why not kill him? Why not sacrifice him? Might be. I said with mindfulness you need something more here, right? What actually happened is that the chief monk explained to the bandits how no one can be picked when you truly practice loving kindness. Your loving kindness includes you. Your loving kindness includes your enemy. No matter what state they are in, your loving kindness has to be so big that no one is excluded from it. It is this loving kindness is one of the most amazing teachings the Buddha always taught to the world. When monks lived together, hundreds of monks living together with different personalities, they always needed this kind of loving kindness. One time in Kuchi Vikaravatu, the Buddha said, "Monks, you have no father, no mother living here among you. Who will look after you if you don't look after each other? So you must have patience, caring, loving kindness, and non-cruelty, which means compassion, always in your heart." So the chief monk explained how they practice loving kindness, although these are the different monks who live here. But because of our loving kindness, we are not choosing anyone. And the bandits were so inspired by this, and they ended up becoming monks. That's the end of the story. You see, with loving kindness, with mindfulness, with true solid personality change, you remove something burning in your heart. The greed and too much hatred, or any amount of hatred, too little hatred also is hatred, and delusion. This is why we all come together and practice. You had 4 amazing monks living here in Detroit. Bhante Mudita, Bhante Sankichcha, Bhante Vihara, and Bhante Rahula. All 4 of them are super competent in disseminating the teaching of the Buddha. And they always do a wonderful job. You have no idea how fortunate you are to have them here. When you go far away from this state where there is no monastery, you will see how much you miss your spiritual home. And these monks are not only living here and teaching to you all, they are also connected to other temples and other venerable monks. They are connected with the chief abbot of the Western Buddhist temple, where I am stationed at these days. And they always communicate. They visit each temple, and they are connected with Bhante Jinananda in Ottawa. They are connected with Bhante Surakulame Pemaratan in Pittsburgh. They are all connected. They continuously make sure that each monk is doing well and is well updated and is well supported. So there is that network that is kind of hidden, invisible, but is very strong. As Bhante Mudita Amduro mentioned yesterday, it's Bhante Dhammavasa who invited Bhante Mudita to this part of the world. And look what that invitation has done. And to add to this collection, this congregation of monks, you have Bhante Sarnapala who has been visiting this temple and teaching. So all these are like products of these monks, and they continue to inspire the world, teach the world, teach meditation, teach Dhamma, teach by this loving kindness, mindfulness, and true personality change that they have gained through this practice. So today you are here learning little more Dhamma. So come to the temple, learn little more Dhamma, see if that true, solid, Katina-like, Katinic, true personality change is happening in you. When you see that, that is happening, you are on the middle path. You are on the right path. May all these wisdom, words of the Buddha, be with you to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Thank you for listening. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you very much, Bhante Sankichcha, for very enlightening, meaningful, and very interesting Dhamma talk today. So, as we have come to this time of the program, it is the time to share our merits with special individuals. So today we share all these merits. As you will observe 5 precepts upon the Buddha Puja, upon the cutting the robe, along with the Papruta and Sanghadana, individual monks, and listening to the Dhamma. We all have accumulated lots of merits within our hearts and minds. So let's remember and transfer all these merits to these special individuals. Upul's beloved father, A.M.P. Attanayaka, Upul's brother, Tilak Attanayaka, and Sanjeevani's beloved father, A.G. Ariyapala, Surangi's beloved father, Navala Upali Lakshman Pure, Nalin's beloved father, A.G. Gunapala, Gayatри's beloved father, A.M.R.B. Attanayaka, Pridarsha's beloved mother, Jayanti Amaratunga, Gamini's beloved mother, Lucia Jayakodi, Gavin's beloved father, Susan Sandanayaka, and Dushanti's grandmother, Rani. And at the same time, we remember and transfer merits to our beloved Jai Mahatma, and also, as you all know, our most venerable Bhante Dhammananda, the Bangladeshi monks. Beloved mother passed away recently, and also we share these blessings and the merits with the beloved mother of Dr. Malita Hettiarachchi, Lalita Amarasinghe, and the beloved father of Pradeep Hettiarachchi, and also the beloved mother of our good Dhamma friend Anoma Jayalat, particularly Jayasiri Pereira. And please remember all your departed family members, friends and others, sharing all these blessings and the merits with them. Let's wish them happy journey of samsara, and finally may they all attain the supreme happiness of Nibbana. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So now the monks will proceed to the community hall to accept your dana, and the Nishanka and others will lead the drums. So quick reminder, for the Pirkara offering, I think still Attapirikara and robes are available to sponsor. So if you wish to sponsor them, please go to the front desk and meet Jan. And remember, only time you should have your sponsored Pirkara with you is right after having lunch. That's when you will be offering all the Pirikaras to the venerable monks. Your names will be announced, and then you should have your monetary donations, Attapirikara, robes, and other special offerings to be offered to the Mahasangha there. So don't bother, don't worry about the Pirikara until you finish your lunch. Okay? Alright, so thank you very much. So please join us at the community hall to serve the monks. Lochana, please come to the stage. Lochana.